Hi folks, this is Courtney from Ruby Red Farm. Today's video is just going to be a simple work video of me cleaning out the garden. It is a breezy, beautiful November day here in Indiana. It's about 60 degrees and sunny, and you can't ask for better weather this time of year. Our garden has essentially come to an end at this point, and it's time for me to come out here, at least put a little bit of work into getting it cleaned up. Every spring I regret not cleaning it up in the fall, and so I'm finally going to try to get ahead of it this year. Planning on cleaning out all the tomato cages, getting all of our tools out of the garden, and then harvesting any vegetables that remain to give to the animals or to keep for ourselves. Come on along and let's get this work done together. Most of our jalapenos here at the end of the season end up kind of stunted and look a little bit funny. There's a few that we can keep for ourselves that I'll just dice up, and then anything that's damaged or diseased will go just straight to the chickens. We'll put any of the really weird ones in for a bucket to the chickens, and then anything even remotely normal we'll keep for ourselves. I think I mentioned this before, but spicy plants actually have a chemical in them that can increase egg production. So all the more reason to give my hens the last of these peppers. I'm going to be pulling the plants in a minute, so it doesn't matter, but I cannot believe we still have blooms on our hot pepper plants here in November, but the weather has been exceptionally warm here for Indiana.
Oh, hello. I got two kitties.
Surprisingly, I'm actually finding quite a few peppers that are worth keeping in here, so excited I came out and checked today. Somehow I almost missed these really nice looking Anaheims. These are perfect. I cannot believe I get to have this many fresh peppers in November. That's probably where we'll leave this garden for now. We got it all cleared out. I'm happy with that. I might come back today if I have time and do the stirrupo over this to get any weeds to chill out. And then also I'm really hoping to plant garlic in this bed. And so that needs to happen very soon. We've got it ordered. Need to get it prepped though, and that takes some time. So might be later in the weekend before we get that planted, but that was one of the big reasons I wanted to get this bed done first, just in case I get interrupted and can't finish. But gonna go and do as much work as I can on the other garden now. Are you gonna help? All of that is going to the chickens, and all of that is going to the compost pile. Took a gamble, let these plants grow just a little bit longer. Clearly it paid off. We're getting some really nice peppers, again, in November off of these plants, which is crazy. Look how big these plants got this year. Weird year for peppers. But it gave us a lot of them. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He leads me by still waters till my fears are gone. Though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, though I know you are with me, my Father, my friend. Your goodness and mercy will follow me all of my days. I know by your still waters I'm safe. All right, I got the pepper area all cleared out. My mantra the past couple weeks has been your future self will thank you. Trying to prioritize these fall project days so that I don't have as many in the spring. Gonna check next and see if I have any sugar snap peas to harvest here. Last couple frosts have really taken out my marigolds here. I'm sad. Got a nice little handful of these. We snack on these. We usually either eat them raw or we put them in a stir fry, which of course I made egg fried rice last night, but that's all right. We'll snack on these tonight. I'm excited about having these. Kind of nice having one luscious green plant here in the middle of all this dead, but thankfully sugar snap peas are pretty cold tolerant and we really like them here. The only other stuff we have growing at this point then are radishes and a few carrots, so definitely time to harvest these radishes. Some of them are huge. I'll get the big ones out of here and let our customers that we know that love these, let them know they're available. We'll put them in our egg fridge. They can come get them if they want them. Radishes were a new plant for us this year and they sold incredibly well, which is so funny to me. They are super easy, really quick turnaround, about 35 to 40 days on these, and they make humongous radishes, this certain type. It's called ravioli, and they just make these massive radishes that everybody who's had them said they taste great. I'm not a big fan of radishes, which is why I've never grown them. This is one of the few exceptions I make though to only growing things that we eat, just because they sell so well. And maybe eventually I'll learn how to eat them. If you got any tips, I'll take them. If you're trying to get into the market garden kind of a world though, highly recommend adding radishes to your list of available items because it is truly an easy sell and an easy grow. We have just a handful of carrots growing still. I'm gonna save those in the ground until I need them. As you can see behind me, there is so much more to do, but I just don't have it in me today, guys. It's sad to think that I only got the pepper plants cleaned out, but that took me well over 2 hours to get done. My kids are about to get off the bus and I am just whooped. So come back out and finish the rest of it a different day, maybe with some help. Note to self for next year, clean it up as you go. One of these days I'll learn. Fall is bittersweet. I always hate the end of gardening season, but I look forward to the rest. So I guess I should take it and be happy. But nonetheless, sad to see my time out here coming to an end for the year. I'm a spring loving girl. I absolutely hate the cold months. I love living here and I love fall. I actually love snow, but I can't stand to be cold and I can't stand to be stuck inside. So happy that I got to be outside this year from March all the way through now in November, but definitely going to be moving a lot more of our adventures inside here for the next couple of months. All right, it's the next morning and we're actually back at it here. Decided to try to at least tackle the tomato section. We won't get it all done today, but we're trying to get a little bit done here in about an hour or two's worth of work with some help. It is very chilly this morning and still a little bit windy, but we're gonna get to it here.
Can we pull one of those? Pull this one. Okay.
Plants are gonna go in here. But not the cages. Yep, there you go, just the plants.
What do I do with these?
Cages, I'm gonna stack them up. I'll put them away for the winter.
I got it.
great, but you're moving too fast for me here. Thank you. Oh, it is full, isn't it? Alright, I'll go dump it, guys. This is a lot easier with 3 people. Let's just try to finish up the tomato cages, guys, and then we can be done, okay? So normally we put our chickens through the garden in the fall, but we decided not to do that this year. With us not being sure where our garden's going to be next year, because we might move it, we didn't want to waste all that manure in the wrong spot. So we've decided to just keep them up by the road where our hay is a little thinner. We'll just keep them closer to where we can get to the water easier this early part of winter. So instead of having the chickens clean the garden out for us, we got to do it this year. Is it just hard work, buddy?
Are we done after we finish the cages?
We gotta get all the cages up, guys, and the plants that were with them, and then you guys can be done. Shouldn't take very long. You're already like a half hour into helping me, so you're doing good. All right, break's over.
No.
I'm gonna pull them up on the ground. Hey, they come out this time. Last time I tried this, the ground was so hard they wouldn't move. My help quit. That's okay. In general, when it comes to kids, I want them out here helping me as much as they will, but I don't force it on them. We had kind of a set amount of time that they had to work, and then after that it was optional. And they kind of gave up on wanting to help, but I would rather have them outside with me hanging out than inside doing something else. So even if they're not necessarily the most productive helpers in the world, it's still nice having them out here with me. Almost done with this section. That work? Okay. Get that to the greenhouse for me. Got it? Good job. All right. That section's pretty much cleaned out. Here's your shipment. Please deliver to the greenhouse unharmed. Thank you, kind sir. I woke up this morning, my back was killing me. I couldn't figure out why. Then I remembered that it's from pulling out all these plants yesterday. That over and over again pulling that did my back in yesterday, so I'm trying to be gentler today. There we go. Ah! You're not helping. You're not helping. Alright. Alright, there you go, Bubs. Hear that? Ellie, get those cages for me. We're getting there, guys. We're almost done. I've got to get stuff like this out of the garden too, because otherwise I'll have a million volunteers next year. Okay, there we go. Last of the cages.
Then we're done?
Then you guys are done, yes.
Fine.
And I'm going to be done because I'm tired. Okay. Almost done. Take this bucket out to the chickens. And I got one more thing I want to accomplish today. All right, got this whole back section pretty much cleared out. Got all of the cages out of here and really got a lot of the other just debris and random supplies out of here. So I know it's still super weedy, but all of that is organic material that should just kind of decay over the winter. We'll make it out and do a little bit more, but really happy to have all the man-made stuff out of the back here. Only one other thing I wanted to accomplish is to take this stirrup hoe to this garden so that I can plant garlic sometime this week. Much better. Man, that ground is rock hard. All right, that's enough work for one morning. So really happy with what I was able to get done yesterday afternoon and this morning. Happy to have my kids helping me. It doesn't seem like much, but they saved me probably 20 trips back and forth up to the greenhouse, and that just saved so much time. Cut the time it would have taken me probably in half, and they're pretty little. So as they get bigger, I'm looking forward to having more and more help from them. For today, really happy to get almost all of the man-made kinds of things out of the garden, all the cages, as many of the stakes as I could find. Still a handful out there, but for the most part got everything out. I'll spend probably just one more afternoon out in the garden and have it pretty cleaned out. We need to get the lattice out of there for our snap peas, but they're still growing, so we're not ready for that. So I know I've got at least one more day out there, but really happy to have that done. I'll be thanking myself in the spring. Whew. For today though, I'm gonna go get cleaned up and reward the kids. We're gonna go on a little shopping trip, so to speak. They get to spend their money at a little craft show here in town. So really happy though with how this garden bed turned out. We are planting garlic here in the next week, and the plan is to plant all the garlic and then spread all of our downed leaves on it. We have a lot of mature maple trees that have tons of leaves, so we're gonna use leaves as mulch. But that'll be a whole video in itself. I gotta do a lot of research on how to plant garlic. I don't know the first thing about it. First year doing it. So gonna do my homework and then hopefully get that done this week and get a video out soon for you guys. We also have to butcher turkeys this weekend. So we have a very busy next few days on our calendar. Thrilled to have squeezed in a little bit of garden time. I think my body needed the sunshine. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to hit like and subscribe. This was Courtney from Ruby Red Farm, and I hope you all have a great day.